Champion Magazine, you already know where we're at. We at that Movement Monday. Shout out to DJ Drewski, we got the man in the building.
Well, I said that now. We got
What's going on?
Everything is good. It's a good vibe out there. A lot of artists pulled up, and then I got a special guest, my sis. She moved to LA, but she's out here tonight.
How you doing?
Marisa Mendez.
See the shine got the deep lady.
Well, then I had to come up with Drew because we've been dreaming about this shit since I was an intern at Hot and he was the video guy at Hot 97.
Okay, so y'all go way back.
No, way back. Like my
Say that, y'all gonna start getting on your age.
my emoji in my phone is a video camera because he was the only video guy at Hot 97. Like we didn't have a digital department. It was Drewski just dreaming up shit, coming up with ideas. In 09, I was in college, just interning with Flex, not getting paid a fucking dollar. And we both were just figuring it the fuck out. And like to come to be here was a damn near 10 years later. And he's like, no, it is 10 years later. Holy shit, yeah. It's crazy.
10 years later, and now she got one of the biggest shows on Dash Radio.
Living out in LA, like I came home on Friday to come to the B2K reunion concert on Saturday. I went to the movie premiere of Jordan Peele's the new movie Us. I went to the movie premiere with my luggage and hopped on a red-eye flight to come home to B2K. And like just the thought of that shit, like I'm invited to this movie premiere, this big premiere, the one and only premiere of the movie period, to hop on a flight right after. I didn't even like fucking chill with nobody. Everybody was there, like all the celebrities, everything. I didn't even chill with nobody. I hopped right on the flight, like to come home, to go to B2K reunion. Like it's just so much of like the world colliding, like the shit you dreamed of, and then also like just staying true to who the fuck you are. Like it's a lot. It's cool.
I like that. You guys were able to, show up together now, see where you are now. It's amazing.
And Drewski came up with the idea in like early 2015 to do the Jersey music meeting, and we ended up doing 2 of those. And it's exactly what this represents. It's just basically like he wanted to do. We did it at clubs in Jersey because he was DJing. He had the relationships with the people, and he just did. It was free for artists to come.
That's
like,
key.
do all their. It was free for everyone. Free for Jersey artists to come through. And we did the same shit. We did a raffle if you wanted to perform and show, but otherwise. Still, regardless of the raffle, if you didn't want to enter, it was still a place for you to network with other people from Jersey. We did speaking panels so that you could learn, get the game for free, no charge, nothing. It would be me, Scotty Beam, Titi Torres, everybody from Hot 97. Like Drewski had that DJ Enough, like all these people set up. Drewski himself, Bobby Trent, like all these people speaking about the game and just giving game for free because we want other people in Jersey to understand like the hustle, like.
So y'all heard that Drewski not new to this, he true to this.
No, this is what Drewski's been trying to do forever. And like, shout out to Love and Hip Hop, shout out to Hot for putting us on, like giving us the platform, like to make the shit that we really like wanted to make. It's just a place for Jersey kids to come and like.
We were just talking about that, how like we built a lot of the stuff, taking the opportunities we were given, but we built it on our own to get to the point where we're at. There's still so much more to go. You know what I'm saying?
So much more. Yes. The fact that Jersey kids can come here and just know that they're good, like, that's amazing. It's a place for them to come showcase their talent.
And it's crazy because you'll get artists from Boston that come, and artists from,
They understand the value, and I think every time I do a panel, every time I talk to kids about the music industry, I'm like, yo, go to this shit that's free or that costs $10 to participate. Like, you don't know who the fuck you're gonna pay those shit. Like, they're so important. Like, do it, intern for free, work for free, do this shit for free. Like, it means so much more in the long run about the relationships you're about to build. Like,
I'd rather work for free for 8 years to live the rest of my life.
100%.
That's what it's
You know what the problem is, too? Kids they don't realize, like, new artists, like, opportunity for not paycheck, things like that. They're like, oh,
Social media hurts that too. Because there's a lot of people that come up like this. There is the acceptance to the road all the time, for sure. That come up with no problem, no backing. They went viral for 1 second and they're good. But for every one of those, there's 100 of me and Drewski that have been working behind the scenes for years. Like I said, Drew was was the video. No one knows that shit. That he was the video guy at Harley 7. He was literally like the bitch role that no one wanted to do. That Drewski saw the value of that shit. Flex was like, who the fuck cares about video? Who the fuck gives a shit? Enough was like, what is this? Every old school person in that station didn't get it. Drewski was like, bro, let me just film it. Let me do what I'm doing. I got
We
it.
were doing video skits, you could say, before it was even a thing. Like, we had Jadakiss in the studio. We came up with an idea.
Before anyone else, he was making a whole different music video to Who's Real, Who's Not. The Juiceman and Jadakiss did the remix. Drew shot a whole separate video for Jadakiss remix that
Which
no one else
today would
did.
be a skit in today's world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And mind you, I'm in the video looking dumb. Like, the whole thing. He had the intern, the Hot 97 intern, which I was at the time in 09. Just looking crazy, like, but that's Drewski thought ahead of that. That was Drewski's like brain working. That none of us thought of that shit. We didn't care about YouTube. That was Drew thinking of that shit, like, and it builds you to here, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so all I keep saying, everyone asks me like, what's the one tip of advice we give? Just work. I mean, know your value, but like, know the value in working for free. For like, there's bartering in that. There is so much experience you can gain out of that. So much. I worked for French Montana for 2 years as assistant for free, and met so many people that the next year I set up Nicki Minaj's whole press run, created her Twitter for her and me. I created Nicki Minaj's Twitter, did all this shit for her, put her on Sirius Radio and Double XL, all these things that they just didn't know her yet. At the time it was 09. I got her on all that shit because I had those relationships working for French Montana for free.
New Jersey, because everybody said she
Oh.
was popping off in New Jersey.
I got
That's
Flex
you
to play
behind
her
that.
first record. It was August 2009, and Flex played "Kill the DJ" for the first. I have the text with me and Nicki.
You know what's funny? He just said that in his recent interview. Like, that's the first song he played for.
I have the text to this day. I saved it in my iPhone. Me and Nicki, I was like, "Yo, Flex about to play your record right now." And now, like, Drewski put them on. I put them on. Like, I was on Flex's dick. Like, play Nicki Minaj. She's great. He's like, yeah, cool. And even with French, like, he heard about him through Bobby Trent, through Drewski, through people, and I kept pressing him, like, please. And I was there the night he played French for the first fucking time. He played Married to the Streets, which was his record with Akon, and we were all pressing him. It wasn't just me, it was Drew, it was Trends, it was all these people from 100 different angles to finally get Flex, like, because Jim Jones had, quote-unquote, blackballed him at the time because the Max B.
Yeah.
And Flex was like, fuck it, I got all these young kids telling me that French is the person to listen to.
Yeah.
And he played them. And now look at French and Flex and French and everyone. You know what I mean? Like, it was us. It was the kids. The young kids. Like,
But that was our job. That was why Flex would keep
that was why they paid us.
people around. Like,
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Because y'all had your ears in the streets. So
Period. We were in the streets. It wasn't even years too. We were in, like, that was what we were doing. And it was all that made sense to it. It wasn't about a check. We were working for, I'm sure you were getting paid dick.
Like food and food.
I was getting paid $0. No stipend. I didn't get college credit. I made up a lie with a paper that said I was getting credit. I got nothing. I was there for nothing. I got nothing out of that but the experience and the relationships. And it changed my life. Changed my life.
You were sowing seeds. And this is what grew from it.
Exactly. And now I'm in LA making more money than I ever seen in my fucking life. and Drew was in Jersey seeing more money than he ever seen in his fucking life. And at the end of the day, this shit still means the most to us. Putting Jersey on. Like, we don't have to.
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
I get checks from everywhere but Jersey.
Yeah.
And Drew too. All the shit he's done that don't come from Hot 97 is New York.
I don't got no much money.
We're living with it though.
This is a free chain from the Drew promotion. I ain't got no.
My whole outfit was free for Fashion Nova too. I'm gonna put that out there.
She got more money than me. If you see me,
That's all you got.
But we're doing good. And we don't have to do nothing if we don't want to. We don't have to say nothing about, you know how to do this?
What's the reason behind you guys doing this?
Because this is the reason we got put on. The love for music and the love for New Jersey. Just being from Jersey kids, Elizabeth, right?
Yeah, like when we were working together at 97, there wasn't that many people from Jersey.
Everybody's from Brooklyn, Bronx,
Start
Harlem.
realizing like, yo, you know what what I'm saying? So when you get in a certain position, you gotta remember things like that and open those doors for people.
And like I didn't have a mom that works in radio.
Right.
I didn't have a dad that is in the business of so and so. Like it was literally just me paying the train to New York every weekend to Harlem, all that little shit or whatever. And Drew too, like
It probably cost us more to intern than it did than we made.
yeah, 100%. But it was like that was all we give a fuck about. And to this day, it's all I give a fuck about. Like I want to see Jersey win forever. I don't care if it costs me money to put Jersey on. Like we're all the same kids that was trying to make it from. We don't have no connections. We're not in the hood. Like we're not in the same Brook, like the Bronx, Brooklyn, Harlem. Like where they're all right there. Like we're a little far from it. And we need this. Like it needs something.
But you saw that work that y'all did. That's been so good because you didn't have your parents that gave that sort of wasn't given to you. You worked for appreciate.
What makes me feel good is when other people say, yo, thank you for the opportunity, or yo, something I said or something I did, or maybe not even intentionally, they just was watching something, like a move I made, and then calling like, yo, I respect what you're doing, or thank you, you inspire me. That's what, to me, is the
Literally.
payoff.
I have girls that DM me every fucking day. I quit my job, I did this, I did that, because you quit Hot 97 and moved to LA with no plan. I had no job. I literally walked away from the biggest radio station in the fucking world, the mecca of hip hop, put in my 2 weeks for I had nothing in LA, nothing. Me and Mike Zombie, shout out to Zombie from Jersey too, 609, me and him both had no plan. We just moved to LA together, like, we don't know what the fuck we're doing, but we're gonna figure it out. And every time I get a message from a girl that said I quit my job too because you inspired me to just live my dreams, like nothing means more to that. And I'm not saying walk away from Hot 97.
I have no plans.
Yeah. But it was the scariest thing I ever did and the most rewarding thing. Like it just do it.
Sometimes you just gotta take those steps and that leap.
But that's some Jersey kid shit. Like we don't have nothing backing us regardless anyway, so you just do that shit.
She has a hustler mentality, so it don't matter what you can put her anywhere, she's gonna make something happen. You know what I'm saying? You gotta first know that by yourself, like, yo, I'm willing to put in that work. I'm gonna go for it. And she did it. Like,
you had that confidence in yourself.
Right.
You go get a mentality.
And the fact y'all even here doing this shit, doing interviews, doing all that, like, it's the same shit.
I think I told you that the last time. Yeah, like, it's real. Like,
it's real. It's definitely, what you guys are sort of definitely inspiring me just because it's the work I'm putting in. Right. It just shows me, like, this is what you have to look for. Just continue to grind this way. Continue.
And one thing about key to success, you look at her and you look at yourself, you're not red hair, bro. My shit is like real, like real. I got some other shit. But
y'all leaving me out.
Look at you. Yeah, there you go.
It's a man way, but that's that.
Oh yeah, that's the new way.
But like for real, not to be generic or corny, but like don't fucking stop. Because I'm telling you, Drewski and I did that shit for years and years for nothing. No recognition.
I still do free shit.
Yo, I still do free shit all the time, bro. I do hella deals of like, it makes sense for me to build this relationship.
Right.
Period. Just for the relationship. Mad free shit. And I'm established. I get big checks from people. But I still do shit for other people.
I get you.
I will do free shit all day because it means some shit. It means some shit. I mean, we know when we can charge and when we can't charge. But like, the value of the bartering of working for free for some important thing that means something to you, like never undervalue that. That means a lot. It means a lot. It does a lot.
This was like the best. This was like the best, like
Inspiring.
Yeah. It's just real though. Some people come up here and front, or artists come up here and think they're bigger than what they are. It's just being real with yourself and being honest. And,
There's a lot of money out there to get. There's a lot. And there's a lot of grind out there to get to that money though. I'm telling you, I'm over 10 years deep and I just got the money this year. I'm just living my life.
It's a bigger way of thinking, right? Because people will say to me, yo, you got 200 people in here, 100 people that come to movie one day. You don't charge, you can make money, right? It's bigger than that. If I can find one artist in here that blows up and gets a huge record deal and does tours and all this shit, I wouldn't be able to make enough money in this place to equivalent to what popping artists can make. So it's a bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? You get artists in, you filter them through, you find something you never know. Right. You know what I'm saying? Some of the stories we were just talking about artists, you never know. So
we have lifelong relationships with the Nickies, the Frenches, the Fetties, the whoever. They will fuck with us forever. And whenever we ask, French will come through. Like, I could ask French to do the dumbest shit in the world, and French will do that for me because of how hard I worked for him for years. Like,
it's a relationship.
Forever. That relationship is there.
So it's always bigger than what, not about the quick bag.
Don't think about that quick bag, because that shit's gonna get you nowhere in 4 years, 3 years.
Run out, yeah, run out.
IRS won't need we need that.
That got you nothing. One look that lasted 10 minutes on social media.
Yeah, I'll definitely rather put him work for a while just so that I can try to stay foundation.
Remember, years, it might even be a decade. It takes a long fucking sometimes. I mean, and again, it's so hard to look at the people that do it overnight and you be like, damn, why didn't do that? That is the exception to the rule. You don't ever think you were that person. Like, the majority of us put in the work.
Yeah.
And we just getting there a decade later. A decade. 09, me and Drewski met.
Right.
It is 2019 now, and we're finally getting real money
In
into
our
this shit.
own, like,
Yeah.
all money.
A decade. 10 years. A long fucking time.
It's definitely inspiring. I appreciate you coming here. I appreciate you coming from California with this, you know. I feel like this is God. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
There's a lot of money out there to get.
She's getting it all.
She collects the checks. Drewski is just here.
We all, at the end of the day, we're just some kids from Jersey trying to figure it out. With no cosigns but our fucking self. That got next to the Cypher Sounds, the Funk Flexes, the Angies. We figured out how to get next to them. And then we got the cosign. But before that, we just figured it out our fucking selves. Period. No one else.
I got my army pants on, my red hair. Listen, you see, this is I got next to Drewski. This is how I'm taking the same route. We're gonna make it. It's gonna be big things. And I'm really cool.
Jersey kids, we can all do it.
Nicki Minaj back up. I was just talking about that. That's
And Cardi B too. That's what. Since day one. I put Cardi on the Joe Budden podcast when I was Joe's co-host. When Cardi had one song out, it was her and fucking Shaggy, Boom Boom Boom, and Pop Can. 2015 summer, winter. But yeah, I was with Cardi since before the first on stage. And Drewski too. Drewski been co-signing Cardi since day one.
We didn't know this.
Yeah, we didn't know this. Yeah.
They think she popped on her. I thought she was an Instagram famous.
But Cardi fucks with me because of that, because she knows I fucked with the song since day one. Like, that's a little relationship that you build that Drewski.
I did an interview with her. She started crying. The fucking, like, what is she crying? I was confused. She told me, I'm looking at her team, like, what is she crying for? She's like, Drewski, you don't understand. Like, you was messing with me before everyone else. Like, people was fighting on me and shitting on me, thinking I was just a stripper. And just the fact that she's like, I don't know, I feel like I'm at home. I'm like, wow, this shit is crazy.
It's real. Cardi DM'd me to this day, like, yo, sis, I still see you. Thank you for the support. And Cardi is Cardi.
Yeah.
And she will DM me.
You know, Drewski, this what he has going on. I'm telling you, I tell every artist I come across, they have to come here. You gotta see what you're doing.
They have to.
They see to see, like, hear what you did back then, see what you're doing next. Right. You stay true to your roots, what you've always been doing, supporting artists. Like, honestly, it's amazing. Nobody's like that.
Right.
Literally, I none of the DJs that, I mean, God bless all the people that put this on, but like, I have not met anyone like Drew, like literally continually giving back to like the place that made him and just always looking out for that shit. And like I said, even when we came up with the Jersey music meeting years ago, it was like, let's make it free. Like, let's just put, because I just feel like we as Jersey kids get overshadowed so much by all the boroughs in New York. Like, they're the ones, and we just follow.
They play Jersey like New York's backyard.
Yeah, for real. And we have our own crop of talent, and it's only been a couple of us at Hot that's really been like, and shout out to Scotty Beam too, who's been trying, the same
But
thing.
why do you think no artist blew up out of Jersey yet? Like,
I mean, Fetty had his time.
He sound like an Atlanta. He from Atlanta to me. Like,
sound.
You have to think now about exactly.
Like,
we're just picking up from every city we're from now because we're exposed to it.
And you gotta think, how old is Fetty, right? Who did he grow up listening to? He grew up listening to Gucci Mane. So that's his influence.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not mad at that. Because now I'm understanding where your music comes from and that's who you are. Like, he's not faking it.
Yeah.
That's really.
That is literally who he influenced by and
Right.
like who he became. Like all of us.
So what route do you think that Jersey artists now have to take in order to make it get to that next level? Like we know we established like you have to establish good relationships,
Right.
but a lot of them are so hungry that they try to get to the wrong situations. You understand? They end up signing to people that can't do anything for them. They mess up their own brand, their own name. What's the advice you give to them?
Me, I don't suggest rushing into like a deal like that. Like in today's world, you can be indie and be so fucking popping. You know what I'm saying? Build your team, build yourself, build your brand, doing it independently with social media. Like you don't have to be on mainstream radio. There's radio stations like Dash Radio that Marisa works on. That the numbers are insane, like crazy numbers. You know what I'm saying? So just figure out how to work. If yes, everyone wants to be on radio, and of course I'm gonna say do that. Yeah. But there's other outlets to utilize and be a part of. You just gotta figure it out and not just be one track mind. Like, I gotta be on radio and I'm gonna be on TV. I'm popping. Like, nah, the shit on.
Honestly, radio is the last piece of the puzzle in 2019. Like that's everything else comes from the streams and from just the imprint you're making online. Like you don't need radio and. Radio comes with, yes, the label, and they're working your record, and they're doing whatever, but, think of that now in 2019 as the last piece of the puzzle. You do not need that shit immediately to pop. You don't need it to pop. You don't. And they're going to take a majority of your money if you're using them to pop. And that's just, and there's a 50-50 chance that you're gonna pop if you're going with them to get that money, to get that look or whatever. You could do that all by yourself and lose no money. You're not signing for nobody. You don't owe them back the signing bonus because that money that everyone talks about, that $1 million, you gotta pay all that shit back. You gotta sell all those records back, and if you don't, then you gotta pay that back after if you don't sell them fucking records. There's so much pressure on you to perform once you sign that it almost makes signing the worst part of your life because you owe all of that back and then some. You gotta perform like a fucking monkey for a circus show. So if you're doing all that by yourself, build all that shit by yourself, get those numbers by yourself, when you finally sign 2 albums in or whatever, two street records in, 2 street albums, then they owe you. Then they gotta work for you and they gotta show and prove what they could do that you didn't already do. So do all that shit by yourself. It's 2009. You could do everything by yourself. You could sign up to iTunes, Spotify, put all that shit, get those streams. You don't need a label for nothing. But make sure you have a team, because by yourself, you're not doing that. You need a manager. You need a public, splurge a little money on the PR. Do a little bit of,
It costs, like any business, you gotta invest in it. So it costs sometimes. And it's okay, to invest in yourself. As long as you believe in yourself, you believe in your brand. But it's gonna cost a little something. Like she said, you might have to hire a publicist, but know what they're doing. Make sure they're working for their money as well.
Exactly.
Because there's a lot of, just like there's a whole bunch of artists, there's a whole bunch of publicists, there's a whole bunch of managers, there's a whole bunch of everything. So you gotta really, build your team.
Figure out who's doing what. And paying that little $1,200 a month for your little PR or whatever is way more worth it than owing $1 million plus back to your label that you're never gonna sell.
So it's not about the artist think it's free money. Like you said, it's a loan. It
is.
So as far as management, what do you think? Like some managers out there, oh, I want this percentage or that percentage. What's your advice on that? Are managers supposed to be, going down their throats for a percentage? What to look out for?
But the standard management fee would probably be
15.
15 to 20%. I'm saying they're trying to get more. You know what I'm saying? They're coming at you for more. But first, what are they managing? Right? You might not need a manager. And what are they
because
managing?
Everyone could talk a good talk. That's cool. But what can they do that's proactive and not reactive?
Yeah.
Because anyone can manage somebody that's blowing up and respond to the emails. Broker the deals because the deals are coming in. What can you bring in that isn't already coming in?
Okay.
That's what you need to look for in a manager, and how much they can talk you up, because that's the more important. How much can they sell you?
I think in the beginning is not much managing, more like promoting pushing the artist, right? Because if I got nothing going on, my manager has nothing to manage. His job is to take. So I think a lot of artists sometimes I got a manager. Okay, cool. What are they managing? What are you doing? What should you need them for? You might need an agent to get you certain opportunities and shit like that.
There's
you might
a difference.
Need a publicist to get your name out there and the stuff you're doing out there. So you don't gotta run and get a manager. Flex was managing himself
for years.
You know what I'm saying? He knew as much as he was taking on, he could manage. And how much he wanted to do. And he was good at that and rich. You know what I'm saying? So you don't need to rush and go get yourself a manager if the manager's not doing that.
So you be self-efficient as only you can.
PR, I think honestly at the early stages is the most important part. Get you out there, get a look. Present what you're trying to present to the world. What is your image? Who do you want to represent? Who do you want to be? That is what their job is, to get you the blogs and all that shit. People confuse that shit. Managers were supposed to get that. No. That is publicists, period. Managers broker the deals. Make sure the deals are right. Make sure the numbers are good. And that comes with time. So do the PR, invest in the PR first. Even if you don't have a manager, maybe you do. That's cool too. Invest in the PR first. See where that gets you. Get you to a place. Then let the manager take you to the next level. In the early stages.
And don't get caught up in the homeboy management either.
Oh my God. Your friend is a little smarter than the rest of y'all. He's not super hood and dumb. So he's going to be the manager. It's few and far between that becomes a decent situation that never really happens that often.
Okay. So for people like me, what advice, for us, as far as me getting into the laying down Trump 72, it's dealing with artists and hopefully, being on a platform like Hot 97 and having a magazine pop off and, compete with all the rest of the magazines that are up now. What advice could you, shine towards my way as far as, being a personality and being out there?
For one, don't ever compare yourself to anyone else at any point in time, because everyone's plan is their own plan. Everyone's trajectory is their trajectory. That does not mean that's what's meant for you, because some people will pop overnight and that will never be meant for you, and that's not for you to look at. Keep working at what you're doing. Be true to what you want, because you may not want fucking Eminem level superstardom. You may only want, I don't know, I can't think of a comparison, but some lower level shit, and that's for you. That means success to you. Remember to define what success is to you and to you only. Not what the people think, not what anyone else but you thinks is success. So work with that and go towards that, and don't follow anyone else's blueprint. What you want is what you want. So work toward that, and don't compare yourself to anyone else, because that's gonna, especially with social media, which is the hardest thing. I'm blessed to have come up early where it wasn't really a big factor. Now it is though. But that is the easiest way to compare yourself and fuck yourself up, because they're doing so much more than you and they don't deserve it, and they're a shit person because you've experienced them time and time again, and they played you and they're mean to everybody and they're a bad spirit. How could they be coming up with, don't think about it. God's plan is God's plan. That's dumb. They may be miserable with all their success and you don't know that shit. But you might be following a completely different path and you're happy with the path and the trajectory, and when you get it all, you're going to appreciate it way fucking more. So just concern yourself with yourself only. That's my advice.
And to add to that, more physical stuff, right? We talk about artists investing in themselves. If there's something you want to do, turn this into something bigger, right? There's so many platforms to do it. You got all these Fire Stick, Plutos, all these apps that host. Even Facebook has big checks when it comes to content, original content. So it's okay, maybe you can't shoot the best show on this camera, and you gotta invest and maybe do it yourself or hire a production crew to come in, and you have your idea, they shoot it professionally, you compare it to what's, depending on what you want to do, where you want to be, and just compare your work to that and be yo, you know what, I want to get a show on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? You see how what's Will's wife's name? Will Smith's wife? They got that red table. How huge that is. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure when they first started it, but it's quality. Everything is quality, from the sound to the visuals, everything. So it's shoot something and start pitching it to these different. You don't have to be on TV no more. It don't matter. Her show probably gets more viewers than any other show on fucking MTV. You know what I'm saying? The chick, Bad Baby, has a show on Snapchat that gets more viewers than any show on MTV. You know what I'm saying? She's getting 10 million viewers on her 15-second, 20-second show on Snapchat and getting a bag. You know what I'm saying? So it's just comparing this, putting yourself, like, not comparing, but like, yo, this is where I want to be, this is what I want to do. I got to make sure what I'm doing stands up to at least that quality or better. You want to do it better. You know what I'm saying? You can't be mad at yourself because you're not growing, but what you want to do, you can't even compare it to it. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you're an artist and your records are not mixed and it sounds like shit, how can you be mad at someone that's on the radio but their records are mixed down and records are professionally done? You know what I'm saying? So it's just your quality of work has to compare to where you want to be. And, you know, sometimes it takes investing in yourself and doing that. But, you know, whatever your goal is, just look around and what's successful to you and then say, am I at least, can I compete with that in a sense?
Exactly. What is success to you? Like I keep saying, like, again, not everyone wants the same thing. I never want to be as famous as Eminem and I can't walk out of my fucking house. I never want that. But I want to be like Angie Martinez and I can live my life but also make an impact on young women and do shit like that. Like, that's my level of success. That's success to me. I want a family and kids and all that shit. That's what I want. So I'm going to go after that. And the level of expertise that Angie Martinez brings to her interviews, I'm going to bring that same fucking shit because that's my level of success. And Drew looks at so-and-so as his level, so he's going to bring that fucking level of professionalism.
I can't expect to be bigger or better than DJ Khaled if I'm not even doing shit on the level he's doing.
Exactly.
Like, not even touching the surface of it. So I can't be upset. You know what I'm saying? So depending on where you want to be, there's a certain standard too you gotta like reach, and it's like getting yourself to
have that. We are able to do that. Like, we don't need Khaled money to do Khaled level shit. Remember that. Like, we can. YouTube is our friend. Google is our fucking friend. We can be those things without Khaled money. We can do it with our friends and our resources. Right,
and that goes back to the importance of building relationships and doing certain things. Because there's times where you might not have the money to do things, but you have a relationship that equals that same amount, if not more.
And other people with more money than you also understand their value. So you'll be surprised how many people will work with you for the future bag that they don't need immediately. Like, people are down to do that shit. We all understand it, no matter what level of the game we're at. We get it. We get it.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
I wasn't expecting that. And you know what? Like, I was at home thinking like a few days ago, like, what more can I? Remember, I sat inside the car. I was like, I'm not
know what else to do. What do I gotta do?
Yeah, and I was like, I need some type of like guidance. And then this, I'm telling you, it was just godsend. Like,
I hope we can help somewhere.
Listen, let me tell you, all this these jewels that y'all just brought, I'm taking it all, and I'm definitely gonna keep it. I'm gonna work on my success shit. You know?
The most important part is that you already started.
Exactly, and you're here doing this shit. It's so fire to me. Like, you gave a fuck enough to invest in that. Period.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
What part of Jersey y'all from?
North.
Orange, North. Essex County.
Essex County area.
Close enough. 732-973.
Yeah, we're there. It's right there.
You said Woodbridge? You said?
Yeah.
Woodbridge.
You from Broadway?
No.
Elizabeth.
So he's 908, y'all 973.
Yeah, 973. 732.
We all love him when we here though. Jersey kids. Exactly.
Jersey!
Shout out to Jersey. Thank you, Drewski.
Appreciate you coming.
Appreciate you.
Absolutely.
My hand, my back.